now we have our new harness all built for this, and it's turned out really well. Giving me the adjustment straps here and adjustment straps in the rear as well, I can tighten these up to make sure that the motor is hanging straight in line. We've made these pieces here to go around the engine, and they come through loops that we've stitched in here to support it this way, so the engine also can't move either way. So once you've got it all snugged up and we put some weight on it, we can make sure that we have the engine set where we want. If it's tipping a little bit, we can adjust each one of these independently to make sure our motor is upright the way it should be. I'm pretty pleased with the way this has turned out. Now we just have to work on our engine stand, our jack I mean, to lift it up. And we've got an old unit that came out of a hospital for lifting patients out of a bed. And we think that this is going to work perfect with a few modifications that we have to make to it. So we'll show you how we modified the lift in order to get it to work with this unit. In any case, this will be invaluable to me in the future for picking motors up off the floor, getting them up into here. I can hook on it here, take it over to the bench, put it on a stand on the bench, and move it all around without having to use any kind of muscle power. So for me, being an old fella, it's just what I need. You can see with our machine, by the time we get our motor up, we're a couple inches short. So the plan today is to make a couple brackets down here, and I'm gonna, probably in this area, and I'm gonna move this shock back. And that should give me more lifting power and get me up the extra, half, a couple inches that I need. So that's the plan for today, is to try and make some brackets, weld them on here, and see if it'll give me enough lift range to get it done. I also want to add some extra braces to the bottom of it because it's just a single post brace, and I feel better if I had just a couple brackets out from it to strengthen it up. So we dug through all the junk that we got laying around, and I found this old exercise machine of some sort. I don't really know what it is, something you sit in and whip or something like that. I'm way beyond exercise machines, but looking at it, it's got some bends in it and stuff that I can use, and will probably give me some pretty good support added to my machine to take the extra strength and the weight. So that's the plan. We're going to cut this up, and we're going to change the brackets on that, and we'll take it from there. First step is to get all the useless brackets off it. And there's a bunch of them, and then we'll just cut it off. I like to keep it all in one piece for the added strength, but I don't think I'm quite wide enough, but we won't know till we cut the piece off. That's the piece we want. We're going to try to use this in one piece. The plan is to weld it to the backbone and then weld it to the bottom legs. And that'll give me a lot of support on it. So we'll have to widen it out some, not very much. I think that I can just put it in the vise and tweak it enough to get both sides to come out there, and then I can weld it on, and that'll give me like 3 points to try and take up the excess weight. It's probably not necessary, but picking up these motors, last thing I want to do is drop one. So we'll work away at it. We're also going to put a plate on here, so we can move this up probably into a longer plate right back here. That'll give me a little bit more lift that I need. So that's the plan. We'll have to drop some templates and see what we can make fit. Now we'll see how hard it is. I only got to tweak them about a ½ an inch. So if I can get a ½ inch on it, that'll be fine. this looks like it's going to fit in just right. Right there. We'll tack it up under that. And we'll slice the ends down on an angle and get them to fit a little better. And then weld them in place. Well, it's a starting point. See how it fits. Okay, step one. Now we've got to build a bracket for the top. This is definitely going to strengthen the whole thing up. This is what I'm looking for. That's going to give me plenty of lift on there. I'm up even higher, which is great. That's about what we're looking for. I'm not quite sure about the angle of the pressure on it. You may have to put a couple brackets on just to strengthen it up a little bit. But I think once that's welded on there, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. One last thing for our motor lift there. We're going to make a little extension piece because I'm not quite sure whether I'm high enough or not. And in any case, if I need that extra inch or two, I'm going to make this little adapter that I can slide on my on the shock of the lift, so that we can move it up just that little bit more, and hopefully that will do it. We've made our little piece here with two holes in it, and we've turned the inside of it out just to fit this shaft and left the rest of it for strength. And what I'm hoping, instead of having to move brackets and things like that, this is going to give me a couple inches of lift extra. So let's see what happens. So we have this much lift up beyond the stand. So that's plenty to take up the tension and do whatever. So a couple little brackets on here, just for an extra strength. I'm going to put one on here just for safety's sake. It's not going to hurt anything. Just need a little longer bolt. And then we're assured that nothing's going to snap off, that it can't. So if we brace it from here to here, across here, we'll be fine. So that is the plan. So we'll put a couple brackets here and do that. And then this one will be ready to go to lift the motor. So we've dug around through our scrap and we found a couple old brackets. I think they were for some centerpieces on a trike that I built. Experimental pieces. But they're going to work just fine. And what we're looking at doing is putting a brace from here down to here. and that will give us extra strength when the thing goes to lift. It might be overkill, but I'm going to do it anyway. We're also going to box this in along the sides for some extra strength. So we'll start by cutting out our pieces to see where we can get. A couple pieces like that. Do that. We just need some pieces to box in the edge here. So we're about to give it a first try here and see if we can pick it up. I've unbolted the motor, got everything free. We're able to lift the motor right out. Everything's nice and solid. Can't slip out. It's supporting the motor well. See, the whole motor's hanging there. So now all we have to do is, when we put our motor in, slide it in place. Just easily let it down. Then we can line it up where we want. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Works well. Enables me to pull it right off, take it over there, put it on the table. No lifting, no grunting, and no damage to the motor at all. Everything's kept in place. As you can see, it lifts quite nicely without any problems. Can't ask for any better than that. So after all that work, cleaning everything up, getting my stand ready, getting this unit to work the way I want it to work, all I got left to do is paint this up so it looks kind of clean. And I'm a happy camper. No more lifting and grunting for me. So that's about it for today. We're just about ready to get on to some different motor work on this and other projects that we got on the go, but I feel completed now. All right, now we can see how easy it comes off. Place for everything and everything in its place. I know that that's going to be an invaluable piece for me, and I'm so glad I took the time to do it. So if you found any of this interesting and something that you enjoyed, don't hesitate, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, hit the like button, all that stuff. Thanks very much for watching.